the video. So the indicator that we are going to be discussing today is going to be the VWAP. So if you're on Thinkorswim or actually any other charting service, charting software, whatever, just type in VW and it's going to pop up with VWAP. Now, the very first thing I do want to mention about VWAP is I do not use the upper band and I do not use the lower band. So on Thinkorswim, all you gotta do is go to upper band and then you gotta uncheck the show plot. Same thing on the lower band, uncheck the show plot. And then what we can do is click apply. Now, what is the VWAP? The VWAP is volume weighted average price. So if we head on over to investopedia.com and we look at what is the volume weighted average price, VWAP. The volume weighted average price is a trading indicator used by traders that give that average price a security has traded at throughout the day based on both volume and price. VWAP is important because it provides traders with insight into both the trend and value of a security. The VWAP appears as a single line on intraday charts, 1 minute, 15 minute, and so on. And I'm going to be discussing the two time frames that I like to use VWAP on. And then retail and professional traders may use the VWAP as part of their trading rules for determining intraday trend. So again, the VWAP indicator is meant to be used for day trades. If you're using this on a higher time frame like the daily, you can see that this line is all over the place and it doesn't look good on your chart. So the two time frames that I personally use the VWAP indicator on is going to be the 5-minute time frame and the 10-minute time frame. So the VWAP is more of an institutional technical indicator, and basically to break the VWAP down to its easiest definition, if the stock price is below the VWAP, ideally you're looking for shorts, and if the price is above the VWAP, ideally you're looking for longs. So if the stock is below the VWAP and it pulls back, this is a good deal if you were to be shorting it to the downside. That's how the institutional traders look at it. Vice versa to the upside, if it's above the VWAP and it comes back and tests this level, this is a good deal to them to get long. So don't be surprised if you pull up a 5-minute chart or even a 10-minute chart and you do see direct price action off of the VWAP. So if we're looking at BABA on the 5-minute time frame, look at what it did when it tested the VWAP today once and then twice. Both times it sold right back off. What if we go to a different chart like SQ? Okay, so if we look at SQ, it came back and tested VWAP one time today on the 5-minute time frame, and it instantly dropped lower to the downside. So again, as day traders, this would be the best possible spot for us to get short because your stop loss is going to be right on the opposite side. So what if we're talking about the upside? So if we're looking at SQ on the 5-minute time frame, it's the same exact thing. Looking at SQ, it had this nice shot to the upside, followed by a bull flag, and it came back to the VWAP once, twice, 3, 4 times before SQ continued going back up in price. It then came back 2 times later in the day and tested this level as support before continuing to push to the upside. So now, like I said, I only use this indicator on the 5-minute and the 10-minute time frame, so let's look at it on the 10-minute. So now if we head on over to SQ over here, we can see that SQ had a huge push earlier in the day, pulled right back to VWAP literally to the penny, and then ran from 140.77 all the way to a high of 143.55. Now, a $3 move in the options world, that could offer substantial profits. What about Facebook to the downside over here? As we can see, Facebook constantly kept falling below that 10-minute VWAP, and it did come back and test it as resistance here, and then it continuously sold all the way down to 218.50, came back, rejected it twice here, dropped again, rejected it here, dropped again until it finally broke above it, and then continued to push to the upside for the rest of the day. So if we look at my main day trading chart, you can see that I have a 1-minute, 3-minute, daily, and then the 5-minute and 10-minute time frame. So on the 1-minute, 3-minute, and daily, I am using my stacked EMAs, which is going to be your 5, 8, 21, 34, 55, and 89 EMA. Me personally, I just think the smaller time frames like the 1-minute and 3-minute, the VWAP is constantly giving mixed signals. That's why I prefer to just use my stacked EMAs in this scenario. But as we can see right here, this orange line is going to be my VWAP on this chart, as well as this chart right here. You can see that I'm actually using the 8 EMA, 21 EMA, VWAP, 50 SMA, and then 200 SMA. If you guys do want to see an entire video on my day trading strategy, specifically what you see right here on the 5-minute and 10-minute, make sure to like the video and comment down below letting me know. I will make that video in the near future. Yeah, that's the main reason why I use the VWAP only on the 5-minute and the 10-minute. Just personally, I notice it to be a little more accurate than all of the other time frames. And then once you start getting to the higher time frames, the VWAP really doesn't hold a significance. So I found through my time trading that the 5-minute and the 10-minute is a sweet spot in my strategy. But yeah, to be completely honest with you, when I first started day trading, I was so against VWAP. I don't know what it was. I was like, stack DMAs only. I'm not using VWAP. And then one day I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop being ignorant and I'm gonna put the VWAP on my chart. And I've been using it for a long time. I absolutely love using the VWAP, especially on that 5-minute and 10-minute time frame. There's been so many trading scenarios where stock is pulled right back to that VWAP, and I was able to get a sniper entry with my stop loss right on the opposite side of VWAP. So just through testing the VWAP and seeing how these entries are given literally almost to a penny to the upside or downside, I've kept VWAP on my charts ever since, and I've absolutely loved using it. So if you guys would like to see more videos on how to use the VWAP, this is just going to be a very basic video on how to use it. But if you would like to see more advanced videos on how to properly use the VWAP in your trading strategy, make sure to click that like button as well as commenting down below. Again, if you guys could, make sure to click that subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me.